I've had so many different jobs. Bird and Lime are two California-based rideshare companies. I saw something recently where Bird is valued at over $2 billion. My role is just to go pick up all the low battery scooters, bring them home, charge them, and then get them back out so that they can be used the next day. Before 9 o'clock, I'll go and look on the rider portion of the app and just look around and see where there's some areas where there's a bunch of scooters that are like medium battery, and just try to find a location that won't have too much competition. I started out working as a programmer, self-taught programmer. I did freelance to start. After that, I moved here to Austin and I got another valet job. I mean, I'm already downtown. I already know everything about parking downtown because we're always running out of space. I know all the rules and I know which ones you can kind of break a little bit and get away with it. With these scooter companies, they're getting not only me, but they're getting to use my garage, my electricity, my truck. And they're going to use all these things, and all they have to do is pay me $6 a scooter. The police in Austin are just way too busy, so they're not going to hassle you if you throw on your hazards and just park in the middle of the street for a second. There was like an insane amount of scooters on Rainy Street. Couldn't believe it. So I drove down there and they were all lined up. None of the other chargers showed up. So I just had both of my phones out and I was just scanning them down the line, just bam, 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 bam. And then a big group of people came out of one of the bars and they just started trying to take them. And I was just like yelling at everybody, telling them that they were on my account. One guy jumped on the scooter and just took off, and I chased him down the street and he was just laughing. But I didn't catch him, he got away. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really that bad of an inconvenience for me. I just had to like look through my app and figure out which one it was and end it, but still, I mean, he took my money. Lime right now, and since I started in Austin, they pay $6 per scooter to charge. Bird was at either $5 or $6 per scooter to start, but they lowered it down to $3 per scooter. They pay $15 per scooter to fix. It's usually like a 5 or 10 minute fix. Uber and Lyft are very concerned about this whole scooter thing because it's taking away a lot of their shorter rides, because people would much rather just get on a scooter if they're going to go a mile or less. I feel like they kind of feel guilty to call an Uber and wait for one. I found out that they only pay their people $15 an hour, and I'm averaging $50 an hour with Lime. So there's no way I would do that. Like, I'm gonna work for whoever's paying me the most. Somebody was telling me a couple days ago, because they were just taking the scooters like 4 or 5 blocks. And yeah, and he was like, I don't know why I do it, because it's like if somebody offered me $3 to walk 4 blocks, I would definitely do it. But every time I see a scooter and like I have to walk 4 blocks, like I just take it. The limit is 25, so that's $150 a night. And that's like my bread and butter. I get that every night I can. And then I use my girlfriend's account if I feel like getting more. In the morning, I'm just looking for a few spots that'll let me put like 4 or 8 scooters, hopefully like a bunch of them together in a line, so I can just go and hit all those spots, drop off all my scooters as quickly as possible. There's always issues with the app, but it's gotten a lot better recently. I mean, it's a one-year-old company, so they're not gonna have everything together. I saw one guy on a bicycle downtown. He jumped off his bicycle, ran over to a bunch of scooters and just kicked them all over, and got back on his bike and kept going. But I feel like it's the same reasons. I mean, people vandalize them because there's no real owner. You know, it's this big corporation that owns all these. And it kind of sucks when people are knocking them over and stuff for fun, because it's people like me that have to pick them back up, you know, contract employees. Yeah, I was able to get a little hour-and-a-half nap in today. People only despise them because they're unsightly. I mean, they're usually like strewn on the side of all the streets. That, and they're dangerous. Like a lot of people I've known have crashed, and so they're unsightly and dangerous. But I feel like, you know, the other day somebody yelled at me, "Take him to the dump" or something, or like telling me not to ride him or not to pick him up. And yeah, I'm like, okay, like we're supposed to drive cars. Like, so then I just started cheering, "Fossil fuels, fossil fuels." And I don't think she got it. But you could look back, and when we switched from horses to cars, like people hated cars. They're too fast, like they're dangerous, you know, but the technology had to change. You know, it was the future, so it did. Like, similar situation. That sound either means money or it means that somebody else just got the scooter that I'm trying to get.